Alright, what's up everybody? We're back with more of Avernum 3 Ruined World. Here we are in the town of Delan now. Wandering Monk. Hey, this was the character model is what I used in Avernum 2 for Delan. Remember that? You meet a quiet young woman in light clothes. She moves silently through the town, seemingly looking for someone. She turns to you, looks you over, and seems disappointed. You ask her name. I do not say my name, except to those I fully trust. That is the teaching of the wise man I seek. Are you looking for something? I seek a teacher. Who is the teacher you seek? I know not his name. Nobody does. He is said to have great wisdom and great knowledge. She sighed sadly. He is also difficult to find. Sounds like he'd be worth finding. He is a wizard, but his magical arts are second to the power of his mind. He says things that at first seem to make no sense, but then provide learning later on. He is a great wizard, but he makes no sense. Is that not wondrous? Her eyes flashed with excitement. If only I could locate him. Perhaps we've seen him. What does he look like? I am tempted to ask if you have seen him, but I shall not. He has said, the goal is lost when the goal is achieved. Do you have any clues about where he might be? I have heard he travels between Krishan and Delan, and sometimes goes to other towns around here as well. I do so wish I could locate him. Alas, I am lacking in wisdom. The monk watches you quietly. Maybe we can give you some wisdom? She shakes her head. The master said that those who have something to teach are those who have nothing to teach. So logically, by offering to teach me, you prove that you offer nothing at all. But that makes no sense. And when it makes less than no sense, it will be more true than truth. That is what the master says. Do you have any clues about where he might be? Okay, I feel like we're just gonna have it back and forth with him anyway. You meet the town Fletcher, who sits at a counter covered with feathers, then wood shafts, broken arrows, and other items of the trade. Ah, a customer. Please come in. My goods are ready for sale. What do you have here? Missile weapons for sale. It's my life's work. The perfect thing to bring in for bringing down a monster at a safe distance. Let me buy some of your missiles. The missiles here look well made and entirely effective. I don't need anything else. Understood. Thanks for stopping by. By the way, you are going to see a lot of generic like shopkeepers and stuff like that, because this game does have a time counter, so it's clear that Jeff didn't want you wasting too much time with quests and stuff like that, or an overload of quests anyway. But there's still plenty to do and plenty to see, so. But there is a lot of generic townspeople that sell stuff. The town tailor sits at a wide table, pins in her mouth, hemming a long dress. She says something, but the pins in her mouth keep you from understanding. What sort of shop is this? She starts saying something about what she does about and what she has for sale, but the pins in her mouth make her very hard to understand. You do make out the word sale. I can't understand what you're saying with the pins in your mouth. She says something in response, but again, the pins keep you from understanding. It sounds like, some problem. Excuse me? She nods and smiles. Law. Satisfied, she gets back to work. What was that? He looks irritated. You wonder how she talks so empathetically with the pins in her mouth without poking her lips. Can I buy some of your items? What she lacks in comprehensibility, the town tailor makes up for in skill. All of her garments are very well made and reasonably priced. I don't need anything else. I feel like I sounded more like just a bunch of random mumbles in that part, but... Sweet and savory. A heavy-set man with a dark complexion is working hard rolling out pie crusts. His hands and clothes are coated with flour. He barely looks up from his work. I am the local provisioner, and you look like a traveler. Welcome to my shop. Is any of this for sale? Why, yes, you look to be an adventurer. I have all sorts of rations for sale. I only sell quality goods. They'll hold up well while you travel. Quality food, you say? It needs to be. It's what I eat when I travel. How should you know that I am an adventurer? You learn to be able to tell in this trade. He grunts and slaps some recalcitrant dough flat with the palm of his hand. Oh, I'd love to go gallivanting on quests and stuff, looting and slaying. But I travel enough as it is. Why don't you go out and do quests? Well, that's what you adventurers do, isn't it? Break into creatures' homes, slay them, and take their stuff, isn't it? Damned impolite, if you ask me. He takes the dough. It seems to meet with his approval. Where do you usually travel? Everywhere. I run shops like this all over Avernum. Others take care of them, usually, but I have to go all around to make sure they're all in shape. In fact, we may meet again in a different shop. Can I purchase some of your rations? The food sold here is not cuisine by any measure, but it's healthy, hearty fare, good for sustenance during a long journey. I don't need anything else. Alright, best of luck on the road. Generic kit. So yeah, you're gonna see a lot of generic shopkeepers, by the way. Because the game is so big, and I think Jeff of Spiderweb Software wanted to make sure that, I guess, because the game is already big and already has an overload of quests, so it makes sense why he would throw in a lot of generic, like shopkeepers and stuff like that. But we do have some named people here. You meet a seedy-looking archer of the Empire Army. He's low on arrows, has dirty armor, and several rounds into his mead drinking session. He scoots over to make room for you as you sit down. My pals call me Feral. You aren't surprised. Why are you in here and not on patrol? Well, I'm waiting here for my unit to get me so we can go hunting for slimes. I'm really looking forward to it. He rolls his eyes. I got a lot out of my last patrol, but I don't want to try to repeat the experience. Where's the rest of your unit? They're days late. They may have gotten eaten by slimes. Be a shame. He takes a swig of mead. Good stuff, this. He burps. Don't you think you should excuse yourself? Excuse me. He burps again. Do you like hunting slimes? As horribly dangerous, violent, pointless work goes, it's above average. What happened on your last patrol? Yeah, the last time I was on patrol, we found a bunch of escaped horses. We split them up among us, and then I won a few playing cards. It was great. Horses are really rare now. The slimes love to eat them. How can I get some horses? You can't. They all got eaten. Okay, so this is interesting because in the original Avernum 3 and also Exile 3 Ruin World, you have the option to buy horses to travel around on. And the thing about the horses is that it's not like it had any like significant effect on the game. I think it slightly slowed the time down or something like that. I don't even remember. But I guess Jeff wasn't able to get proper designs for the horses, so that's why he just rewrote it to where you can no longer get horses, which is a shame, but not like they had like a significant effect anyway. This hotel room looks like it has been lived in for some time. Robes hanging neatly on the wall. There are clothes on the floor and the bed is unmade. In fact, I don't even remember if the horses really slow down time. That might just be some false memory I'm thinking of. Because it has been a while since I played the original Avernum 3 and Exile 3. At the side of your well-traveled band, the innkeeper starts getting bottles of mead ready. Nobody else in the bar gives you much notice. I'm Cherdan. Welcome to my inn. You look thirsty. What can you provide us with, innkeeper? Well, our main business here is serfs management. We make the finest meat in Krishan province for 5 coins. You can also get a room if you want. It's only 10 coins. How is your mead? Believe me, it'll get you where you're going. Just ask for a drink when you're ready. Of course, you should be careful. Some folks have been sort of affected by the stuff. How are those folks usually affected? Some of my more frequent customers said they saw a sprite atop a hill north of town. What a bunch of goofs. A sprite? Fairy creature. Hasn't been one of them around here for years and years. And years. Thank goodness. Why do you say thank goodness? He grimaces. You must not know much about the fairy folk. Well, I'll tell you this for nothing. The wise don't deal with their kind. They don't know how to live up to their end of a bargain. Let's go ahead and have a drink because I want to see if he has dialogue. Yeah, he does. Mead is a one-light drink made from honey. The mead here is indeed excellent. It also makes you feel very wobbly. When you're through, the innkeeper says, by the way, want some advice? Sure, what's your advice? People in the small towns keep to themselves. Most of them won't want to talk to you. Always be sure to talk to the innkeeper, so they'll know what's going on. Okay, so he was just telling us about the whole innkeepers, where you buy a drink and then might give you advice or something like that. Okay, so for the most part, apart from that main guy, this was just a pretty generic town. Which it makes sense why they would have. Oh, you just walked by some things that looked a lot like gopher holes. Unfortunately, they weren't. Slime ooze out of them, bubbling and hissing merrily. Oh, great. Wait, there's an enemy somewhere? Oh, there's a ochre slime right there. I didn't know you'd see that. We gotta take out the spell casting one for sure. Oh, that is bull. Freaking heal yourself. Okay, well, at least got an iron breastplate for her. You encounter some sheep while wandering around. They're surface sheep, happy, well-fed, and bearing small brands. They shy away from you when you get close. You encounter a group of tired Empire guards, patrolling the road and watching for signs. They look at you long and hard. It's clear that they recognize you as Vernites. Your pale skin marks you easily. However, they also don't care. They're too tired and worried about the slimes. They nod at you and silently move on. You come upon a bunch of shacks at the edge of the swamp. The people here are swamp dwellers, burly, tough, and naturals out in the bayou. They couldn't care less that you're from Avernum. They welcome you in for snake stew and to trade tall tales. They tell you they're basically snake hunters. They hunt giant snakes for their meat, skin, and venom. They mention that if you go south, wander around, and are really lucky, some snakes might attack you. They make this sound like a good thing. Okay, I do remember those snakes are pretty tough, so I'm not gonna worry about that. Alright, is this he... Okay, I don't want to go here yet because we still have to look around for some stuff, although the crops around here have been destroyed. You see dead plants in neat rows. Long trails of land have been rendered lifeless, probably by the slimes that are wandering everywhere. After some hiking, you come across a farmhouse. It's abandoned. Some slimes have been inside it. The floors are pitted and ruined. Someone has painted a simple, grim message on the front door. Gone to Crejan. No point out here anymore. You turn away, leaving the somber sight behind. So yeah, like I said, this is where we will need to get, but I still want to do some exploring first. Nice, got a group heal scroll right there. Okay, I'm not going to worry about going in here. You have stumbled into the middle of a small but furious battle. A large group of brightly colored slimes have surrounded a small Empire patrol and is rapidly closing in for the kill. You can slip away quietly, or you can help out. We're going to help out. With a joyous howl, you rush into combat, fighting alongside the Empire troops. The slimes are unconcerned. All they know is that there is more food in front of them. Well, even though they work for the Empire, this is still apparently a more wild continent compared to the other continents and on the surface, so of course we're going to help them out. The Empire troops are amazed. Not only were their lives saved, but by Avernites. The captain says, "Thank you, friends. We're from the Delan. If you go there and tell Glidden what happened, she'll be sure to reward you." They quickly move on. Okay, well, now that the game has auto-saved right here, let's go ahead and see if we can find those snakes that these snake hunters keep talking about real quick, just out of curiosity. As you trudge through the swamp, you stumble upon a nest of giant snakes. Prey must be scarce around here. The hungry beasts slither out in order to consume you. I could have sworn... Oh my goodness, yeah. That took out so much of our health right there. I think we can win this fight, but it is going to be somewhat difficult here. Okay, I actually leveled up from that. Oh, I should have actually healed. Let's just keep dazing them so we can survive here. I thought I had a group heal scroll. What the heck? God, come on. We are this close to taking it out. One of your characters has just been knocked unconscious. This happens when your health level reaches 0. To revive your character, walk through the gate of a friendly town. A return life spell cast by a powerful priest or spell scroll can also revive an unconscious character. Alright, so... yeah, we can definitely get Rex back up here, though. I mean, it's all good. He did level up from that. Anyway. Following the battle, you're able to skin the snakes. The green iridescent reptilian skin will fetch a good price back in town. Okay, so friendly town. Wait, that doesn't count, really? I mean, that's a friendly town. I mean, I know there's a lot of, like, generic characters. Entering a friendly... Oh, so it's gonna be the major cities. Okay, that's still kind of bull, though, to be honest. But I guess it kind of makes sense. But let's go ahead and train up since I did level up. We still want some pretty tanky characters right now for my frontline fighters. One point into that, and another point here. Remember, for your spellcasters, it's definitely advised to always put at least one skill point into Major Priest until you get to the maximum priest spells or mage spells that you need. Which in this game it's going to be 19 once again. Alright, go into Delan now. Some members of the local militia stop you. One of them says, "Greetings, travelers. If you're coming out here to escape the slimes, you should know that we have enough refugees around here as it is. You can camp for a day or two if you have to, but you really should think about moving on. It's for your own good." Giving you one last nasty look, they move on. Wait, there's a Nephilim patrol here? Well, I guess some of them managed to escape to the surface. Whatever. XP is XP. Oh, dang it. More chaos with slimes. You know, probably could go back to Fort Emergence and purchase stuff that Eva and Jan Mitho have as far as spells go. Again, I don't want to waste too much time. This is clearly an area that relies heavily on mining. You have found a carefully dug tunnel into the earth, shored up by thick logs and guarded by two nasty-looking soldiers. Do you enter? You wander into the mine and are soon roughly escorted out again. Claim jumpers are a common hazard out here in these harsh lands, and nobody is taking the chance of fraternizing with strangers. Okay, same dialogue. Oh, not far inside the mine entrance, you find a small foundry. Rich iron ore from the mine below is brought up and processed in small batches, using small but intensely hot, magical fires. You don't have to wait for long before a mage approaches you, flanked by two massive guards. The mage says, "I am Ragos. Greetings. Do you come for good or ill? You explain that you were just exploring, and he relaxes. Well, he says, I'm afraid we can't let you stay. We're very busy, and you'll get in the way. However, before you go, I should mention that we produce excellent metal here at a fraction of the normal cost. We can give you a great deal if you are interested. Are you? This mine is very dusty, warm, and dark. It reminds you a lot of home, Avernum. Okay. So, person that sells metal here if we need it. Steel breastplate. Ooh, perfect. Put the iron on Celestia. You find the remains of an ogre and a giant lizard. The ogre's sword is between the lizard's ribs, and the lizard's teeth are around the ogre's throat. Ugly. Fortunately, the sword is still usable. Ooh, got a bronze broadsword. Well, that's definitely better than the crude one we had, so we'll take that. You begin the exhausting hike up into this narrow canyon. These mountains are far from civilization, but not empty. Large, toothy lizards bask themselves in the sun on the slopes above you. Some of them look like they would regard you as a tasty snack. Sure enough, a small band of the huge lizards is hungry and stupid enough to risk your blades for a taste of your legs. Odd, some of the lizards approaching you have a peculiar reddish hue. As you move farther up in the valley, you see less of the lizards, but the ones you do see are much larger. You also often see large scorch marks on the ground. You reach the top of the valley and find a large cave entrance, smelling of sulfur. You listen and hear nothing inside, so you step inside. A short walk farther in, you can see a pile of coins and other goods on the cave floor, surrounded by withered, alarmingly large green scales. Scales surround a lot of loot. Some of those scales are very large, like the size of shields. I have a feeling that's going to be a Drake, which I don't think we are nearly strong enough for. We're going to be dead easily. Come on. Can I catch up to these people? You meet a band of ragged refugees. There are about a dozen of them, unarmed and hungry, carrying all their belongings on their backs. They don't look nervous when they see you. They don't seem worried that you are bandits. Probably whatever they're running from is much worse. You speak with them for a while. Once you realize how hungry they are, you also share some of your food with them. They are from the villages of Silvar and Purges. They traveled up here to get away from the slimes. When they ask you for news of happenings in the south, you tell them that slimes are still rampaging over the land. They nod sadly and move on, constantly watching their feet for danger. Interesting. I wonder if we can come back and help out with that. This grove is far too peaceful and well-tended to be entirely natural. You listen carefully and soon you hear singing from inside. It's a female voice, very lovely and very sad. Do you enter? You walk quietly into the grove. The moment you set foot inside, however, all noise, be it singing, chirping, or the rustling of leaves, ceases. Everything is deathly quiet. A female form walks from the woods, delicate, beautiful, clad in leaves. You get nervous. It's a dryad, and she doesn't look happy. She looks you up and down. Adventurer. That's all I need. Here I am, overwhelmed with utter sadness, and in addition, I have to deal with big, smelly oafs tromping my begonias. I have half a mind to make you grow the ears of an ass, or be forever cursed, or something like that. But I am merciful like nature herself. If you can improve my mood, I will spare you. I sense there is something so lovely not far from here. I am sad because it has been hundreds of years since I have seen something truly beautiful. I'm sure you understand, and you might be able to make me feel better. Do you have something beautiful to show me? No, not right now. She thinks, well, at least you're honest. I'll let you leave. This time. But if you come back, you better have something I'll find beautiful, or else. Or else. You walk out before you end up at the receiving end of a serious curse. Ooh, distant hut. You enter a small, cozy home burrowed into the side of this hill. There is an old man pacing around the room, lost in thought. When he sees you, he smiles, sits down, and motions for you to join him. Welcome. Come in. I suspected you were coming, and I'm glad you have arrived safely. Oh, that was a job I got back in Crejan. Ernest takes a message and touches it to his forehead. Then he mutters something and the message bursts into flame. Thank you. He tips you a pouch of silver coins. You meet a small, heavily built mage with gray hair and a potbelly. His hair is unkempt. He clearly wasn't expecting visitors, or he just doesn't care. He pours you some tea. I am Ernest. Welcome to my humble abode. I'm glad someone finally able to visit me. You live here alone? Yes, it is a pleasure to meet an Avernite at last. Welcome to my home. What makes you think I'm from Avernum? He holds his hands open as a peaceful gesture. Well, the paleness of your skin immediately marks you as an Avernite. Don't worry about it. You aren't likely to meet much hostility. Around Crejan, anyway. Why aren't the people around here hostile to us? Well, people are really busy worrying about the slimes. They don't believe your lot is powerful enough to create them. So you're safe around here. The other provinces are a different story. What are attitudes like up north? I hear up north that they think the monster plagues were caused by your people. Be careful if you go up there. Avernum has many powerful mages, so I suspect that we may be powerful enough to have created this plague. Agreed. I know you are powerful enough. Did you create them, or not? I couldn't care less. Avernites are as good to test my teleporters as anybody. What do you know about the slimes? About a year ago, giant slimes started appearing everywhere. They eat everything, attack everyone, and nobody can figure out where they come from. I hear the other provinces are having similar problems, but I don't get much news. I spend all my time here researching. Ernest smiles. I am glad you are able to visit me. It is good to see a fresh face. I seldom receive visitors. He pours you some more tea. He makes it from his own herbs. It is unpleasant. Why do you live out here in the wilderness? This little warren out in the remote reaches is where I do my teleportation research. No slimes ever come here, so it's perfect. Tell me about your research. He smiles wryly. Seems like everyone's doing teleportation research these days, doesn't it? Well, my devices actually work. I'll even let you test them for a cost. What's the cost to use your teleporter? I've made teleporters that go to the 5 biggest cities in Avernum. A week's travel in an instant. Generally somewhat safe, and only 50 gold for a chance to try one of them. He chuckles. Quite a bargain, eh? Let me know if you want to purchase a ticket. You're going to want around and see my work all you want. Just don't touch the crystal pillar. The pillar? My portals are powered by a powerful pillar of magically treated crystal. If you come across it, don't tinker with it. That would be bad. Very bad. Where do the teleporters lead? To the 5 major cities of Avernum. Well, once there were 6, now just 5. Tell me about the cities. Oh, I never go there. I just send people there. What happened to the 6? Oh, the Keep of Tenryo was destroyed by monsters. How'd you know that I was coming? Thanks to the power of teleportation, I frequently speak to people from all over Krijian province. Some of them have told me certain rumors regarding a group of traveling Avernites. I'll be going now. I hope you stop by again. Since you don't have a ticket, I wish you a safe journey on foot. These journals contain copious notes on the magic and science of teleportation. They've been written by Ernest in a cribbed hand. The details are beyond your comprehension, although it's fun to imagine the ways you could kill yourself with the knowledge. You crack open the book and flip through it. Magic for Dummies. Many people these days are getting into all sorts of spellcasting. No longer is a powerful and lucrative field of magic restricted to only the talented and wise. Now you, yes, even you, can learn spells. This book will teach you how to cast a variety of cantrips, which will easily perform tasks such as cleaning a floor of dust, cooking a rump roast in moments, or even spaying a cat. Right, how intriguing. There is a message carved in the floor in front of the portal. Pay Ernest first. You try to step over the message, but you find, as you pass, that your feet tingle uncomfortably. Okay, so we found Ernest, which we will definitely take advantage of. When we can, but right now our main focus is going to be on the slimes. You are at the end of a narrow path winding its way through the mountains. It seems like it should be a very useful shortcut, but you can find no signs of passing humanoids. Dried bones line the path. Suddenly, a small pack of unicorns runs through the ravine. The moment they see you, they charge. The vicious, unpleasant creatures infest the surface, and these have obviously pegged you as an easy meal. Oh no, the evil unicorns. I definitely remember this as a kid. This aspect of the game where, you know, how the unicorns are normally portrayed to media as like these friendly creatures, stuff like that. But the ones in this game, dag nabbit, kill me freaking easily. Shut up. I need the shortcut. Okay, it looks like we're gonna have to continue dazing then. You clean the blood of the filthy beasts off of your blades. This province now has a few fewer of these noxious beasts to contend with. We will definitely kill more when we get the chance. But let's go ahead and hang on to these for now. The unicorn horns. Oh yeah, this is definitely where they reside, but we'll get back to that when we can. For now, let's head back to Port Emergence real quick. And get some more spells from Jan Mitho and Eva, since we have the money. Haste, Pool of Fire. We have that, and this is one of the new spells for this game. Pool of Fire. So I'll try to cast that when I can. The only thing we have to be careful, though, is to sure we don't actually step in it ourselves, because it is a spell even on the normal difficulty that can damage your own party. Right. War Blessing and Cult Storm for her. I honestly don't mind that they... Okay, day 5. So now would be a good time to continue our mission here to get rid of the slime plague. But it looks like we explored most we could from this section here. Actually, no, there's still a little bit of shaded area left. This old bridge looks like it was hurriedly built and then left behind when it outlived its usefulness. It's still safe to cross, barely. There is a large patch of alchemical herbs growing on the riverbank. Fresh roots that can be used in the making of healing potions. You think that you can dig up some useful materials. Ooh, and we got a healing elixir. Ooh, that's actually a fancy looking bottle for it. Thought I had a group heal scroll. What the heck happened to it? Oh, I must have used it against those snakes, that's right. Okay, got another fiery wand. Give that to Jordan. Once again, we're battling slimes. Alright, here we are in the town of Delan now, so let's save the game right here, and I'll see you all soon with the next part.